No drill. Silently, please. Thank you. Good morning. Get out of here. Nice dress down, Pastor. Wait, let me see.
Being in Mr. Delhagen class is really fun. Like, he gets us engaged and like he gets us really deep into the work, and he likes to push us on what we're learning. At least once a month he brings us back to our goal to make us know that this is why we're in class.
Just like when you're doing this lesson, you want to go through and you want to be talking to each other and getting other ideas. For this year, our goal in January is that all of the kids will pass the Global History Regents exam with an average of an 85. But also to protect the nation's borders from the Poles and Bolsheviks. Members were recruited by former Army officers who ran ads that read, "What's the use of studies? And what's good of business or..." Our qualitative goal is that students will rise to the occasion of expectation of thinking and speaking and listening like world citizens. Scholars will design, develop, and write a historical research paper from January to June. And so we're going to dive into 8 topics in modern political discourse, and we're going to go through a seminar cycle on each one, and then students will pick one of those, and they'll write a full-out research paper.
This one is totally different from this one though, because this one shows Hitler's point of view, and this
That's what I'm saying, like
many kids who are not at 10th grade reading level, they were not able to write a full essay at all. They were at the ability, like they were just getting to the part where they could sort of construct a paragraph.
I'm focusing on actually learning how to write like up to a 50-page essay. Well, I will feel like I've went above and beyond standards, and just to know that I'm ready for college.
There's this idea of citizenship that's much greater than any kind of test. The Regents exam, they know that this is a means to, like, you know, this is one of the ways that we can track our citizenship, but it's not the end at all.
It is just a milestone because that's just high school. And after that, you have college and you have your seminars and all this other stuff that you need to prepare for. So I feel like my personal goal for global history is to understand how to look at stuff that I've never seen before and not prejudge it, but more try to understand it first before I have something to say.
I think the emphasis on the big goal is really huge in saying, okay, when you come into this classroom, when you come into school today, we are a team. And that's one thing my kids have internalized, is the idea of teamwork towards our big goals.
It's really fun. Like, I love his class because like he take what the actual topic of the day is and take it to a larger scale and open it up.
Class is fun, it's exciting because you don't want to be in a class with like only 2 people, the same 2 people raise their hands to answer the same question. It just makes things dull.
What did we say? What does it mean to be a human? What did we decide?
We decided that having 46 chromosomes was really the only thing that separates us from everyone else.
Trying to do seminar was a real challenge last year. And then this year, just like stepping it up into 10th grade, I've been able to like increase the rigor of the seminars. So not just having like kind of these lofty seminar discussions that are less based on the text, but like always going back to the text, and they really get into it. The first seminar that we did this year, it just blew me away. I was like, all right. We've gotten to a point where we can now take this to the next level. Like, I felt like I was in a college class.
Mr. Delhagen comes up with a question or somebody says a comment. You have a fist, you disagree, and then
Co-sizzle action is basically just a cosign to say I agree with somebody without interrupting them.
Okay, we got a fist up.
I kind of disagree because I feel like to them it's compassion, but to us it's dehumanization.
Can you give me a little bit more? Come on, a little bit more.
I think it depends on how you read it, because the tone of the story when I read it, I think it's way like super duper sarcastic. And I say if it's sarcastic, then they really have no compassion towards these people. They really just want to embarrass them.
If we participate and if we're diving into the question, we're all going to be wrong at some point, and that's okay. It's just like adding more to it, and so that we can build off of each other's ideas.
I formed questions rather than comments and statements because I was a little confused. I was like, is this a form of entertainment for the people that was watching? And then I took it like a little bit farther than I think I should. And I said, is this entertainment for death?
I love the question, and I love the questions that you're asking here. Even if this is the case here, how would you mark this then? Is this death, even though this could be entertainment for death, would you mark this compassion, or is this straight up dehumanization still?
But you have to think about like the context of the text and during the time period that they're in at this moment. And I completely agree with Robrian. This is actually compassion because they did not have to stop and take these people out. During this time, they're just killing Jews.
That I kind of got confused, and I'm like, why wouldn't you want him to die? I mean, if he's suffering, why wouldn't you want him to be relieved?
So now I'm kind of questioning what's like Def's ulterior motive in this. I just don't get it.
Let me clarify. I'm also very confused by this. This is why I gave it to you, because I want clarification on it as well. When you're learning alongside of kids too, that's really exciting for them to see that, you know, everyone is a student involved in this, that we're all looking at text, we're all deep diving into this together. You're not just the leader of the class, that you are a part of the class as well.
I can go to him about anything and like talk to him, and he'll be like very realistic with me and like explain this and how I can handle other situations better.
How are we going to deal with our problems when they come out? Are you going to throw a temper tantrum? Are you going to run out of class? Are you going to yell and scream? Or are you going to kind of take your emotions, harness them, and then use them effectively? And so like, I had like Tajane come to me, and she was like a hot mess at the beginning of the year. Just like could not handle like the demerit merit system that was going on. She was like, gosh, it's too strict, you know, and she was storming out of class at points. And so finally, like just sitting her down and saying, like, Tajane, what do you want? And she's like, I want to be in class. I'm like, okay, so how are you going to do that? And like just kind of settling her down and talking to her, and the respect goes both ways. And I'm showing her the respect of, I can sit down with you, I can talk to you, but at the end of the day, like you need to think about like how you're going to come to me if you disagree with one of the demerits. I mean, in society, that's what we want. We want people who can advocate for themselves effectively. I mean, when we look, like that's the problem. People feel that they're being disempowered, and that's why these actions of violence or whatever it is happen. And so, really thinking outside of the school building, what kind of habits do we want our kids to walk away with? I mean, if you're going to be a scholar, how are you going to carry yourself?
Like, advocate for my education, like, my number one problem is participation. So like, I need to start engaging into the topic. That's what every teacher's telling me. So that's what I really want to do, and like really understand the work that I'm learning.
Get us to understand like how will we represent ourselves this year, how like will we like do things to help better ourselves for the long run in life. Like something I would do to better myself is like talking to teachers or getting that extra help. When I like say if I don't understand something, I wouldn't be afraid to like go talk to that teacher who teaches that subject and get that extra help.
Like just the change of seeing more kids wanting to go to school and get the education they need to go to college, and just the mindset. I want to see the mindset of my peers wanting to go to college.
Our big goal for Achievement First Brooklyn High School is that kids will graduate, they'll go to college, and that's a priority. Like they will go to college. They're going to become leaders in college, and then they're going to come back and like really influencing their community. That's when change is going to happen. That's where we're going to see the achievement gap close.